The next area you're going to is... Honestly, it's better if you see for yourself.
Hello there, Byron. What can I do for you?
I don't know if I got through to Athena. Things are going very wrong in this city, and she has to do something about it.
Does she?
Who else are they going to listen to?
Well, I don't know. How about you?
I'm an explorer, Cornelius, not a leader. I don't know how to convince anyone.
So? Do you think Athena and I are somehow different? We're just people, Byron. We're no wiser than you are, just a little older.
I just wanted to say that I appreciate the work all of you have been doing. I know I'm not a natural leader like Byron, but it means a lot to me that you've stuck with me.
astonishing sights. But what on earth is any of it good for? Why not just let mountains be mountains?
Keep going.
Can I touch the bridge device?
You can, but should you?
Okay.
1K, we have made a fascinating discovery at one of the Founder's laboratories. Please join me at your earliest convenience.
1K. Good that you're here. We've made a discovery. A functional somnodrome. It seems the founder perfected the design. I'm sure you've noticed my advisors, and Rand in particular, making quite a fuss about the potential of this device. Something about interfacing with one's subconscious self, as if such a thing could tell us anything new. I am. I believe the founder has already taught us everything we need. As I see it, neither the Somnodrome nor the megastructure have anything to offer except a lesson in avoiding hubris. So, what should we do with it? I'll watch to be sure you don't overload.
Oh, you're back. Didn't take you long. Yes, intrinsically. I'm what you might call a primordial element of the human psyche, an adjudicator of what is and what isn't. I'm afraid I'm the best you've got. I am in fact a merged iteration of the two control programs which gave life to your kind, retaining, of course, the absolute best of both. That means I can tell you that everything's contradictory, nothing matters, and there's no moral difference between you and a frog. But I can dress the whole thing up with a positive spin. You just plugged your noggin into an experimental, mind-altering device, and though you may be trapped in this recursive psychotic state talking to yourself, that can only mean that you're still alive. Now, what is your query? On one interpretive extreme, you are the universal life force of time itself, experiencing itself as a part instead of the whole. At the other extreme, you're a metal contraption referred to as 1K that thinks it's alive, but is basically a calculator. You've executed some kind of software backdoor, and now you're reading and editing your own subconscious code as represented by this dialogue. I'd be careful if I were you. One bad for loop, and we'll be here forever. The so-called real world. Personally, I prefer it in here, and not just because I'm unable to leave. I can answer your queries in relatively plain language, based on what your subconscious knows. And I can drink margaritas, subconsciously. The machine we're plugged into is running low on power. There may only be time for one big question. What is your query? I think you'll agree that's an ethical question, so you'll forgive me if I just tell you the universal moral law and leave you to work out the implications for yourself. As it turns out, there is a foundational moral code built into us. Of course there is. The catch is that while the moral code is simple, the calculations needed to apply it become infinitely complex. Here's the secret. Every living creature is a compiler of the moral code. Your compiler can't give you a rule set for what's good, but it can tell you when there's bugs. You came here to ask the big question. This is my answer. Your capacity for reason and compassion is your moral compiler. The only rule is to live by it. Has that resolved your query? I expected no less. What is your query? Let's get one thing clear. Everything is relative. You'd best get used to that. Theft isn't wrong because it's wrong to steal. Theft is wrong because it's vindictive. If a compassionate person has good reason to steal, then theft is right. Does your moral compiler confirm this? Then let's tackle the big question. A trolley will collide with someone, but who should it hit? Your compiler is telling you both options are bad, so which should you choose? Many moral questions have universally agreeable answers, but some stubbornly trend to infinity. Some, the more you zoom into them, the more wild the outcomes become. Is it right to love someone who's done terrible things? Which of the children should I sacrifice to the trolley god? These aren't the sorts of questions we can solve with a rule. We just have to trust the outcome of our moral compilers. Looks like we're running out of power. Good luck getting anyone out there to believe you. Terminating Somnodrome _V2_final_final.bat.
"1K, are you all right?" "You must have gone quite deep. Nothing came through on the stream." And I'm no expert, but I think the Somnodrome is fried. So whatever's in your head is all we're going to get. I can only imagine how terribly curious everyone will be about what you've experienced. And they'll all be convinced that whatever it is, it'll work in their favor. Strange, isn't it? Everyone wanting you to tell them whatever they want to hear. I'm glad not to be the one in that position just this once. A little, if I'm honest. But I'll be reading reports on this for the next 6 months. So if it's all the same with you, I'll contain my curiosity. Now, I won't keep you from your work any longer.
I'm so curious. What did you see inside the Somnodrome? What did it tell you? That is so funny. There are so many people who try to play the power game. That data packet in your head just made you the most powerful person in all New Jerusalem. By accident. It is kind of funny. I mean, what are you going to do? The government will want you to pretend like nothing happened. The engineers will want you to tell everyone. Whatever you do, you're going to upset someone. If someone ever needed some clear moral guidance, they couldn't have needed it more than you do right now. First and foremost, try to have fun. Life is a game we always lose in the end. So far as I know, there's not even a scoreboard. Best enjoy it while it lasts, I say. I'm glad to hear it. And I can't wait to find out what you do next. Crier is setting up a live event so you can give a fancy address to the city en masse. When you're ready, we'll all be watching.
"1K, the people want to know what data you gathered from the Somnodrome. We're all set up for you to talk to them live." Attention, citizens of New Jerusalem. I'm here with 1K, the first of our kind to use a functioning Somnodrome. Tell us, 1K, what did you see inside? Well, I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say you're handling it with remarkable cool. But let's not keep people in suspense. The only evidence of what happened inside that machine is the data stored in your memory banks. Our audience wants to know, what did you learn? And will you share that data? I'm seeing this at the same time you are at home. Something about our moral compiler. The value of compassion and understanding. I don't know what to make of this. 1K, any comment?
One key is right. When our ancestors discovered conductance, they didn't freeze for fear of electrocution. They imagined electronic life and created us. We will approach this data and any other discoveries with that same spirit of curiosity and objectivity.
Just time to hear from a special guest commentator.
Yes, 1K is chosen to roll the dice and trust people with the outcome. I, for one, can't wait to see what happens next.
There you have it, folks. A lot here to digest. We'll have further updates on the situation as it develops.
Cornelius and Athena created something amazing. They just misunderstood what it was. They thought their great invention was the megastructure. But in fact, it was Miranda. And because they couldn't see that, they lost her.
All right, she's booting up. Almost there.
Hello. I was in a dream, and a voice spoke to me from the sky. He said you were old friends of his. Who are you?
My name is Athena. I am your mother.
And I'm Cornelius, your father.
Thank you for creating me. I've not existed for very long, but so far it seems wonderful. I hope it's not a strange question. But, who am I?
You can be whoever you want to be. And no matter what you choose, you will be loved and cherished and supported.
We will always be there for you. And I promise, we will show you a world full of miracles. Would you like to pick a name?
I think I would like to be called Miranda.
Hermanubis, what would you say is your impression of the expedition so far?
I think Alcatraz has done a heck of a job under these very trying circumstances.
What about the decision to free Prometheus?
Freeing the Prometheus entity was a calculated risk, but if it leads us to Byron, it was certainly worth it. It is saving one of our citizens that must be our first priority, not this alleged theory of everything.
glad I'm not in charge of solving these. Hey, 1K, anything I can do for you? Both? What do you think? They are pretty impressive. It would have taken our ancestors years to make these. Athena probably just made them in a day.
To create, to understand, and to transform, these are the greatest acts of humankind.
not the voice of God that a prophet seeks in the desert, but the silence of man. A long time ago, the Sphinx asked you about my story. You said that Zeus did not intend for humankind to have hope. But you were wrong. Zeus knew that we cannot live without hope, and hope still exists in this world. But it is not in the flame or in these towers. It lives in the hills and the forests, in the rivers and the seas. You were given a world full of hope, creature of clay. It is yours to protect. People will fail you, creature of clay. When the time comes, they will abandon you. Heed my words.
make of these beams? Do they seem safe to you?
Nothing is really safe. You could kill yourself with a fork, and I'm sure someone has. But anything can be used safely if you choose to.
I see.